Comrades, let's talk about old friend Zelenskyy today. It's been a long time since I talked about us. Today, let's talk about how happy and angry we are. Recently, let's not talk about the happy event. Let's talk about what made him angry first. It is the Russian side that invited the United States to Sweets, Kyiv, and Dongzai's son-in-law Kushner visit Moscow. This made Ozawa very upset, because these two said to be an effort to end the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. But the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, I'm that crow. You imitate Russia, not Ukraine. Outstanding conflict. Then Ozawa angrily pointed out to reporters, Kushner has been to the Russian capital twice. Witkoff has been there 8 times, and met with Putin many times, but they never acted in an official capacity. Visited Kyiv. Go to Moscow, but not to Kyiv. I think it's a complete lack of respect for Ukraine. Then the reporter asked him, so, have you considered, what about the actual situation in Kyiv? I see, it may be a bit complicated to arrange logistics here. There are always big rockets, and so on. But, if they don't want to come to me, can we meet in another country? I can go anywhere as long as it's not Moscow. But you have to show your attitude, because Ukraine is really tough. Us envoys don't come to stepfather's visit. Do you know how serious this is? I make an analogy. It's like a stepfather without a US envoy to visit. In fact, Ozawa is also out of luck. I was planning to visit Ukraine in April, but it didn't come for some special reasons. Said it was Kushner's trip to the Middle East to negotiate. But I think so. There are other reasons. This may also be related to the recent, a message that broke, about what Ozawa intends to do in front of the United States. Screen, window wipe ass, show a little hand. As a result, the order was leaked. In March of this year, when every war first started, Ozawa didn't say, does Ukraine have extensive drone defense experience? To send experts to help the United States defend overseas countries. America also agreed with him to show his hand. To be honest, these 2 years, Wuchun is indeed on the battlefield. Accumulated a wealth of anti-drone experience. A master, but they also overlooked a small thing. Is Iran in the drone field? Also, a master, and a master. After arriving in the Middle East, us to Ukrainian experts. 5 important facilities are arranged. Let them help defend. And guess what? We don't have a house. The key is that we don't have a house. These Ukrainian ones are the same as horse speed. I think America is handed over to us. What is such an important task? It's trust that we not only do it well, got to do something for him. Out of 100, I have to take 150. So these people take the initiative. Not only work, but also housing. Then they launched a missile counterattack. I was missed in prison. Hit 2 skyscrapers in the US. Critical losses are much more than that. Iran believes the act of Kyiv sending experts to help the United States defend is a provocation. So, targeted the facility run by Ukrainian experts. It is said that it was reported by the Russian side. They put the US, the drone storage base and warehouse were blown up. The assistant in charge is a drone expert. Can't go home for dinner anymore. Finally, the UAE requested the rest of the Ukrainian experts go home first. Brother, I think we can hold on one more time. What are you guarding? Are you guarding that pile of ruins? Let's go, let's go. The Ukrainian front needs you more. Brother, I think go away. I don't understand human language. Get out of here. Don't come back to the UAE in the future. It is said that the United States is angry because of this. After all, you Ukrainians are experts. Very professional. Don't give you a chance. As a result, I'll take you to 1,000 high-end buff. As a result, you came up with 4 plates of fried rice. Said 2 of them were for me. Who is not angry. Certainly, whether this news is accurate or not is still uncertain. It's crazy, anyway. Ukraine says it's fake news. Russia and Iran say it's true news. The UAE did not speak either, but I think so. The United States knows something. Otherwise, why did the United States visit Moscow, Buchi Prefecture? And one more thing, it's Dongzai who is unhappy with Europe. Ukraine is very close to Europe. So, he put his grievances against Europe. Angry on Ukraine. For example, from March, Dongzai has been calling for Europe. Join his Strait of Hormuz escort program. Make people disagree. So, Dongzai announced in a rage, Europe must join. Otherwise, I will stop supplying arms to Ukraine. Can't do it directly to Ukraine now. Dude, it's none of our business if they don't join. Why are you tossing me? Why are you so angry? The US envoy is probably the same. On the one hand, Sun Shaoseki Europe. On the other hand, Putin can really talk to Iran. It's more abstract. Ukraine and Iran used to be able to talk together, but they gave it to Huo by themselves. For example, after the Crimea incident, Iran clearly supports Ukraine and refused to recognize Crimea's annexation into Russia. The reason why Langzi supports Ukraine, because they took Ukraine. As his fellow sufferers, both brothers face the threat of separatist forces, such as the Azerbaijanis in Iran, similar to the situation in Crimea. So Iran supports Ukraine. Hope Ukraine will support him like Iran. Support, in turn, Iran is grateful to Ukraine for this. Backhand announces cooperation with Azerbaijan. Played a song about Iran, but Iran hasn't torn its face with Ukraine yet. Iran does not support Crimea to Russia. As a result, Ukraine backhanded and cooperated with Israel. Sent drone experts to help Israel fight Iran. In all fairness, Langzai is really heartless. Hit by India, hit by Ukraine, hit by America, hit by Israel, by these people. As a result, he took turns jumping into the pit. Are you Paige? I like jumping in mud puddles so much. It's hard to have a good big brother like China by my side, really willing to help him solve the problem. In the end, he couldn't believe it. I haven't been completely awakened until now to know who is the good guy, who can trust, who is the bad guy. Relations with Ukraine have also collapsed. Specially selected Ukrainian experts, but in the Middle East, it's a loss of face. But at least in Europe, Ozawa's situation is also getting better. On the one hand, it was the Hungarian election that Orban stepped down. His 90 billion was approved. In all fairness, Ozawa does have something to say. Anyone who has publicly criticized him is not good. Like Bashar in Syria, he criticized Ozawa for only acting. As a result, I forgot about Russia. Their underwear also criticized Ozawa for being vulnerable. He's gone. Amber also criticized Ozawa for his stubbornness. Lead to evil without conflict. The result is gone. Fiza has been opposed to Ozawa all year round. As a result, he was shot 5 times in 24 years. And Zolian said that the raw poultry Ozawa fell into the water every day, almost paid tribute to the mighty general and his lord's Shao. There are also occasional companions who often criticize fighting Ozawa all day. As a result, he also stepped down. So I doubt, does Ozawa know any black magic? Or will it drop its head? Whoever messes with him is unlucky. Really, check the fighter jet. Hey, what should I do? Except 90 billion was approved. The budget issues of European countries have also gradually passed. I have signed the original Ukraine first. For example, on April 14th, Ozawa visited Belize. This is also 20 years. Germany and Wushwang hold government consultations for the first time. Subsequently, the two countries signed a 4 billion cooperation agreement, including the purchase of hundreds of Patriot anti-aircraft missiles, provided 36 sets of LST air defense system launchers, start joint production of 5,000 AI, the drone project, joint research and development of electric medium and long-range drones and missiles, mechanism hand-in-hand, battlefield collection, sharing protocol, etc. As of now, Germany has sent to Ukraine 100 billion euros in aid provided. Covers military, financial technology, humanitarianism, etc. Soldiers alone 55 billion euros. In all fairness, there is really no resistance at birth in Germany. Last time, to support a boy studying art, the whole of Germany lost. This time, in order to support Ozawa's entrepreneurship, who is studying acting, lost more than 100 billion. Of course, the money is not given for nothing. On the day of the press conference, Mo CI emphasized that Germany as a support to Ukraine, countries with the most participation in the Ukrainian peace process is essential. The implication is you have to cheer up for your brother. A wise man once said, you don't show up at the table, can only appear on the dinner plate. In the past few years of conflict, Germany has seen thieves eaten, don't see thieves eating meat. So boy, you have to fight to get me on the German table for dinner. Of course, I know that I can't stand throwing so much money. So, in terms of the 100 Patriot missiles, with the largest amount, Germany also paid tribute to a wave of hard work. They asked the other allies to cut one piece first, is to crowdfund 30 Patriots. Wait for these 30 Patriots and after, to unlock Germany's Baymay aid. If they don't want to pay, sorry for these 30 pieces. Germany can't unlock these because it's a mechanism issue. You can't withdraw cash if you are not satisfied with the cut. Of course, you want consistent benefits. Gotta cut a knife to unlock it first. But our old friend Temple World doesn't need it. If there are preferential benefits, it will be sent to you directly. To talk about the shoulder and neck, I have to go to the Temple World to rub my shoulders and neck. The massager can hang and rub with strength. It's really a high level of thermos hanging on the plane. Filial piety gave the massager to my mother early in the morning. Mom has a honey pot in her belly. Sweet in my heart. Friends, you can also choose him for Mother's Day gifts. Sending flowers and eating is easy to idle. Use it to get a full attendance award. There is a voice broadcast. Use simple. It's exactly the same as a human hand. Blocked into the back of the morning rush hour, the trapezius muscle of the neck brace stone can be pressed through. Put a bearing directly on the neck of the plug. With 1,200 high-frequency beats per minute, the back has also become cotton that bounces off the back. Fluffy and soft. Sabura, he compresses to help warm his back. Solve the problem of blocking both ends of one tendon. More icing on the cake. Good plus good. People's lives are stressful these days. Not a small burden on the shoulders. Parents have worked hard all their lives. If you have soreness, don't swallow it in your stomach. Cervical spondylosis is not easy to treat. Learn from my mother. Buckle it behind your back without delay. Where is uncomfortable and loose. It is convenient to knead the waist and pinch the legs. There are events on Mother's Day. The coupon is the reserve price for mum and a gift box. After sales is also reliable. Buy with confidence. Okay, let's get back to the point. After the visit to Germany, Ozawa also visited Norway, holding hands with Norwegian Prime Minister Stella for housing treaty. Norway also confirmed upgraded F-16 fighter jets will be delivered to Ukraine. Then the British government also came out and said at least 120,000 to be delivered to Ukraine in 2026. Personality drone. These drones cover remote combat, intelligence, investigation, logistics and transportation and maritime combat capabilities, etc. Multiple classes of battlefield-proven systems will also significantly improve the defense and counterattack capabilities of the Ukrainian army. The British Defense Minister said sharply, this drone assistance will be included in this year's team support framework. There is also a large number of ammunition in sync and anti-aircraft missiles Anyway, the attitude of the United Kingdom is that, although we are almost poor as pants, although the welfare budget for the people concerned is getting smaller and smaller, but for liberal democracy, British can endure hardship. Aid to Ukraine must not stop. Then Ozawa visited Italy, and tell Maloney that if you don't dislike it, I order a drone every time I come back. Take up a little of your production capacity. I will bring my own technicians. If you have more production capacity, I will order more. If the production capacity is less, I will order less. It will never delay your normal production. Can you see? Since Ozawa said so, then why not? Subsequently, the two countries also reached an agreement, joint production of drones. In addition to this, the Netherlands also announced that it will invest €248 million, dedicated to producing drones for Ukraine. It is worth noting that Dutch fellow villagers are especially loyal to Ukraine. A copy of The Coming Winter last December, when Ozawa was almost unable to fight. Also, Helen, find yourself in that year's budget. €700 million left in the end. They didn't want to use the money to pay off the conquest debt. Reduce the interest burden. I didn't think about investing in infrastructure projects or people's welfare, promote economic and social development. I don't even think about directing money to projects in key areas, improve the quality of education, medical level, etc. But the first time, give money to Ukraine. Or is it the righteousness of Helen's fellow villagers? I suggest you put your life on the public screen. In addition to aid from countries, the good news is that the European Union collective aid is coming, because the friendship pipeline has been fixed. European Union has said before, pay as long as you fix this broken pipe. It's fixed now. My Zelian driver pays. Subsequently, Dombrovskis of the European Union, in charge of economic affairs, also said on the 21st, European Union is likely to be in late May or early June. Broadcast payment to Ukraine. 90 billion loan in euros. Ozawa, you only need to top it until May or June. The money arrives. It's already 99.99% of the process. But here, I would like to propose that the money is not given in one go. It's paid in 2 years. 26 years to 45 billion. 27 years to 45 billion. Of course, although the process of giving money is tortuous, money is a little slow, but at least there is money. Ozawa has cards to play. Take this opportunity. Ozawa also started to appeal. Dongzai was not a strong support for NATO before. It's a paper tiger embryo throwing tiger. Doesn't he like NATO? I like it. I want to marry into NATO so much. I dream. I really miss it so much. He is unwilling to contribute to NATO. I'm willing to go out. I think we Europe should be independent, create our own trouble system, because the US air defense system is uncontrollable. If you say transfer, transfer away. But European countries don't seem to have this ability. The only capable French and Italian production capacity is not enough. How can this be done? Hey, I remember. We can do it in Ukraine. Ukraine has been working on various new missiles, and it is planned to be, before the end of next year, developed a low-cost prevention and control system, in place of the Patriots. So as long as Europe wants, Ukraine can help you. Feedback for kids. European countries are about to cry. After so many years of aid, I finally see the money back. Then they sent military-industrial enterprises. With Ukrainian missile manufacturer RAND, negotiations started for the kid. This is simply great news, because Europe has been using American clothing before. Ready for American training. But if Europe really wants to go to America to paint, if you form a coalition of your own in Europe, they definitely need training too. So who will fill the void in America's ecological niche? Of course, Ukraine, because they not only have rich counterpart, combat experience and drone technology, low-cost weapons, production technology, etc. Ozawa also issued a statement on the 15th saying, Ukraine is pushing for cooperation with European partners. Joint production of all necessary air defense systems, missile and drone projects. In fact, Ozawa is right, especially in the field of drones. A multinational collaborative network is about to be formed. Ukrainian drone and parts manufacturers in the form of a sole proprietorship or joint venture. In Germany, Denmark, established branches in European countries such as the Netherlands and the United Kingdom, and this Ukraine, designed and made in Europe blend mode, avoid the risk of bombing by the Russian army, can be deeply embedded in the European military-industrial system. Binding Europe with military technology like the US, you see the impact of drones alone. Finally, he came up with an anti-missile system for Oz that completely led Europe to become a big player. Just around the corner, allies have come to my aid a few times in Iran. I do Iranian guards to block the gun. Let me go first. If NATO OU Meng wants Dongpo's first choice, call me first. American Russian town. I'll take it when I see it. There is no opposition in my group meeting. Everyone wants to be my little brother. I went to visit, the applause inundated. I've licked this life. This is my presidential dream. He is small and ordinary. Don't ask the front for this life. Just want to govern forever. Of course, I patronized the good news. There's bad news, because whether it is the production of drones or develop anti-aircraft missiles, all need the same most important thing is money. But you say it's a coincidence. This is what Ukraine lacks. He is short of money, according to Xinhua news agency, April 22nd. The boy said in an interview with the American media, Iranian fighter, some of the key weapons that led to the US targeting Ukraine, blocked, especially anti-aircraft missiles. I bought it all. What I paid for couldn't be shipped. Ukraine has also thought about efforts to expand weapons production, such as interception, daily production of drones from 1,000 plus, raised to 2,000. But the problem is, I'm out of money. Husband took all the money to the United States, bought weapons. As a result, the weapons can't be delivered now. The money is gone. I can't even mention it. If you say the word wish, a person rich. Gong shi fatsa. I'm the opposite of Six's compensation. Ukla is going bankrupt. Funds are only enough to last until June. And maybe because Ozawa recently, inside and outside the painting, it means to lead Europe. This also leads to Germany. These two traditional European bosses are unhappy. After all, you're going to lead to Europe. What are my brothers doing? Shine your shoes. So they began halfway on Ukraine's accession to the European Union. Child such as Germany advocates not giving Ukraine membership. It's about associate membership. Is Ukraine can participate in Europe, ministerial and summit meetings, but not the right to vote. Unable to access some European Union funds, just put a European name. France, on the other hand, proposal to give Ukraine integrated statehood. Ukraine is not only unable to enjoy the allocation of funds, voting rights, even the European Union's agricultural subsidies. Allies have no funds. But the status of Ukraine's shadow member state, not within the European Union, everyone recognizes you as a brother in Ukraine. Brother, as for the rights of member states, it is not without, but to postpone. It's just not yours for now. But if you join the European Union, he's all yours. It's like having 10 billion in the bank. He's just not yours for now. When did you buy the bank? His money is yours. Follow me for a daily financial tip rule. After the tossing here, the Italian side also stood up to cause trouble for their deputy prime minister speaking at a rally in Milan. Middle East war, resulting in the interruption of transport in the Strait of Hormuz. Use price soared 70%. European Union policies are weighing on the economy. So I ask, revocation of energy import order to Russia. European Union is not at war with Russia. We have reason to resume buying energy from Russia. After learning of this, the Ukrainian side is so angry. Fuck me. How the fuck do you get treated? Get it for me. The associate member states, France and Germany, spoke on behalf of, how the fuck did you get the treatment? Kyiv is suffering from war. You still take this watered-down membership treatment frame. Once Ukraine accepts this shadow treatment, I'm afraid I'll never be able to join the European Union again. Later, Ozawa also pointed out, importing Russian energy is a weak compromise. This will increase Russian funding. Once Ukraine is defeated, Russia will definitely attract money. Then the whole of Europe will be over. Malwitz once said, eggs cannot be put in a cage. Ozawa also knows this, so he started to tempt America to swallow Europe again. Also on April 22nd, Ozawa said in an interview, I think the most important thing is, America, don't forget Ukraine. We need your help. In order to better win over the United States, because the Ukrainian representative also intends to take the contaminated part of the Donbass front, renamed Downey. The word came from the merger of Donbass and Donald, and very close to Disneyland. I'm afraid he's trying to pass the word to remind everyone of squatting in Bath. Just think of Disney. Salute to Trump. It is said that this dude is also planning to steal GP for make a green and gold flag and a national anthem, trying to convince the Trump administration to help Ukraine. Certainly, the idea of changing the name of the district was not his original. Created as early as 2018, Poland to win over the United States, build a base in your own territory. Hence the name Fort Trump. Hope the US military can build a base here by 2025. Armenia and Azerbaijan. Chang signs peace deal at White House to pay tribute to Dongza. The traffic route built from this is called Trump's road to international peace and prosperity. It's just that people change their names or it's a truce. I didn't stand by you at all. Ukraine, take the Donbass, the battlefield full of swords, renamed also easily reminiscent of Disneyland. This is a bit too, but for Ukraine, frequent is good. The signal sent out knows not to buy at all.